Here. Thank you so much for your time. I know some of you have another engagement over the hill, so you'll be departing. So thank you for taking a little time with us. Eric Barlow, Campbell County, as you heard. And actually, the interesting thing about Gary is not on the Appropriations Committee, right? So you send in your A team when you got to go negotiate. So I got a pick. I got a pick in this A team, and my pick was Craig or Crum, because I think they're the future of the Wyoming Senate. They are the men, and there's good women in the Senate, but they are two of the new faces that have the capacity, capability, and caring about the state of Wyoming, and they are the future of Wyoming. So we should appreciate their service. So this year's a budget session.
Just push the cord in. There you go.
Hold the cord. All right. This year's a budget session, which means it's a 20-so day session. Every other bill but the budget requires a 2/3 vote. 2/3 even to be considered. So it's a different standard for all these other things that might come along because the priority is the budget. And it's a 2-year budget where there's only 2 states in the nation that have a biennial budget, a 2-year budget. Wyoming is one of those. Even though, as Gary mentioned, we do supplementals in the off year for those things that might happen or come along or needs that arise. So it is a big deal we're doing this. The other thing that's happening this year that's unique, it only happens about every 10 years with the budget at the same time, is recalibration. Recalibration is our funding model for K-12 education. So we can think about how important state government is, but K-12 education is also a state responsibility, a constitutional state responsibility. So we have these two things going at the same time. That is a regular bill. We have not actually passed a bill on K-12 education for 20 years. We've kind of just been kicking the can. So this year, I think we may actually get a bill through that solidifies, provides a solid foundation in understanding how we fund K-12 education for the citizens of Wyoming. That's 92,000 kids. 92,000 kids in our K-12 system. So it's pretty foundational, right? It's constitutional, but it's also a moral obligation to our children. So that's another thing that's happening in this session. Like I said, it's unique because that's on a 5-year cycle, but it's on a 2-year cycle. So you can see you don't get it to come together every so often. This happens to be that unique year that we're both, the three of us are serving together. So there's another thing that's going on, I think, that's really important for the future of Wyoming, not just the next 2 years, but long beyond that. So what's happening in that bill? We're going to raise the base level of pay for teachers to at least make us competitive with our surrounding states. Because right now we are not. So we're going to try to get us up to at least to some parity with the states in that. And it's a formula, and it's a complicated formula, and we send out block grants, just like we do with the University of Wyoming, so that the school districts, local districts, 48 of them, can decide how they want to utilize that money within their district and what their priorities are, etc. But I hope, when we get to the end and we have a bill that moves through, it will give local school districts the tools they need to continue to deliver a quality education, and certainly we want better outcomes, right? We want our kids to get the best education they possibly can, and I hope this process will help continue that. Now, you also know we're under litigation. Some of our K-12 education, we've been challenged, and we're not addressing all of that. So there's still an ongoing issue that we need to deal with. So it's not a home run on this deal, but hopefully it's a step, several steps in the correct direction, and then we'll continue to work on it. So that's just another issue that's going on, another item that we're doing that's, I think, quite important for the state of Wyoming and for the future, along with the budget. Listen, we got $10 billion on the general fund side, or on the general fund, state government side. It's that side on the K-12 side too. That's how important it is for those 92,000 kids. So anyway, all right. Where do you want to go now? You want to take questions on this too?
What's the question?
All right, you get them.